When it comes to retiring as a couple, it's best to begin the conversation and planning early. Do you call the doctor before or after you get sick? Do you call your homeowner's insurance agent before or after your house burns down? And lastly, do you fill up your car before or after you run out of gas? You're probably getting the point here. At Family Financial Partners, we are blessed to have a variety of different personality types in our client base, and each has a different set of answers to the above questions. But we can all agree that there is a point of no return where it's too late to treat the symptoms, save the family photos, or arrive to your destination on time, if at all. We can't pretend to act surprised that most people wait until the very last second to begin their retirement planning. Although a few clients have come to us a few years before retiring, most call us 3 to 9 months prior to their desired retirement date. If you're a pilot, this means the difference between letting the air traffic control tower know that you've begun your approach and are deploying your landing gear, or coming in for a controlled crash, tossing your keys to the gate attendant and saying, "Fill her up and make sure she's pretty." Now we all know, for all you parents reading this, you can't imagine your own retirement until that last kiddo has left the house and not come back. But for most families, this is when you should ask yourself those questions about retirement. Not when you have 3 or 4 grandkids and are weighing the pros and cons of wintering in Florida and golfing at the Villages. By starting early, it allows your planning team to identify any areas of concern or need. It also allows you plenty of time to consider your options and make strategic decisions about your future. If you're married and you said those traditional vows, remember those? You agreed to, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, and for richer or for poor. Sound familiar? Well, we know after talking to hundreds of families that most people did not include the words for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when making those vows. In the years or months I know, leading up to your retirement, you and your spouse need to establish how you will spend your time and what your days will look like once you've no longer are required to go to your jobs. Thinking back, I can't count the number of clients that I've seen whose initial ideal retirement consisted of, we'll hang out at the country club and we'll drink Bloody Marys before and after every golf round that we play. For many, however, within about 6 months or once the next golf season comes around, those retirees have started a consulting business where they're now telling other people how to do what they used to do. We know it's important for retirees to keep their brains occupied in order to maintain their sanity. Prior to retirement, you and your spouse need to have more than just an activity plan. You need a transition plan that encompasses reviewing areas that are changing in your life. This could include your own benefits, any pensions, and applying for Social Security. Lay out a 90-day plan for how you will actually embrace the first 3 months of retirement. Are there retirement parties that you need to do? Visits to children and family, or a celebratory trip? Would you rather volunteer at charities you support instead of just writing checks, as may have been the norm? Finally, keep an open mind. No matter what decisions you make about retirement, life will change and the world will change, and you will have to make adjustments. I often see people do all of the initial homework when they first retire because their HR department told them to. But then they get lazy as the years go by because the world has slowed down for them. We often see people go from highly engaged clients to giving us the vibe that, well, we may be bothering them. Whether good news or bad news, it seems we're annoying them. Now, folks, understand, we aren't just scheduling meetings for the sake of making phone calls and hearing our own voices. Part of the planning process is getting together with you on a regular basis when it fits your needs, and have open and honest conversations, not just about the financial markets, but about what you're doing in life and what's changing that we might need to know about. So now you're thinking, Dave, does this mean I have to drive all the way across town and put myself together just to talk to your team? Well, we've also adapted to the changing technology that's all around us. So for those of you who prefer it, we are happy to hold meetings via FaceTime or Skype, or catch up through a conference call if you prefer. Regardless We can have a review meeting with you, whether you're fully clothed and have your face on, or if you're just sitting at your kitchen table in your boxers with your Folgers brewing. Either one is fine with us. We simply want to make sure that we maintain regular contact so that as life happens, we can adjust your plan to fit your needs. And lastly, please keep in mind, if you're on a call with us and you aren't fully dressed, please, 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 don't tell us. Until next time.
And that's a wrap.
Okay, great. Well, I thought we did a good job. I'm going to go find a cup of coffee for myself.